bullied in junior high. Whenever my Spanish teacher was late to class, the biggest 8th grader in our class would pick me up and dangle me over a trash can. Fortunately, social networks didn't exist back then. You probably won't be surprised to learn that nowadays, 1 in 6 teens have been cyberbullied. But did you know that 1 in 13 teens have actually tried to take their own lives? 1 in 13. That number is way too high. And Pixelberry wants to do something to help reduce it. Fortunately, we have a game that reaches teens. We first launched High School Story 3 months ago on the App Store, and the game exceeded our expectations. In the first week, not only did we hit number 5 in free, we also hit number 10 in top grossing. Today, the game continues to maintain a steady presence in the top grossing charts, with a reach of nearly 500,000 players every day. Every month, we get a ton of messages from our players, and one message really stood out. A girl told us that she was planning to kill herself. We were shocked, humbled, and scared that we'd say the wrong thing. We called the suicide prevention hotline to get advice, and in our responses back to her, we tried to push her to get professional help while also letting her know that we cared about her. But her messages got more and more distressing. As scary as her messages were, they reinforced the idea that we could use High School Story to help make a difference in the lives of teens. So next week, we're launching a Stop Cyberbullying update. The update contains a special 3-week-long cyberbullying quest that we've written in partnership with the CyberSmile Foundation, a nonprofit that specializes in cyberbullying. The quest will teach players what to do if they or their friends are being bullied. At the same time, the quest will also teach bullies that they need to stop their behavior before things get out of hand. The update also includes special CyberSmile items. The more items that players buy, the more money our studio will be donating to CyberSmile. We're already pledging to donate $20,000, and we think we can raise a lot more money for this charity. Now, I've always believed that games can both entertain and help people at the same time. And now I know it's true. You see, after spending a week exchanging messages with this girl, she told us that she finally was getting help. She also said that it was because of our game and our studio that she's still alive today. Saving a life is a great first step, but there's a lot more we want to do. If, like me, you believe that games can both entertain and help people, I ask that you consider lending your voice so that we can reach more people. For I've learned that as a studio, as an industry, and as people, we all really can make a difference. Thank you.
So Oliver, actually, I love the idea of doing this, and I commend you for doing it. I think as a group, teenagers are probably really, really sensitive to sniffing out a lecture. Did you think about making the teaching element of this game something more seamless as opposed to setting it aside as a separate
No, that's a fabulous question. So one of the core things about our game is the fact that we have in-game quests. So we put the story in High School Story, and we have a lot of interactive quests. We actually have 8 writers on our team. And so what we've done is we've incorporated the storyline into something that happens with the player and the player's sister. And so with our writers, we made sure to focus on kind of the emotional appeal and excitement that we get from the game. And then CyberSmile is the one helping us incorporate, making sure we're doing the right messages. Right? And you can imagine, in the cyberbullying storyline, it's actually a very compelling and exciting storyline.
One of the things that we have to figure out is how to measure this relative to the other contestants. And I think we're looking at innovation and business models and chance of commercial success. How would you measure your own success at this program?
Sure. I think that's a great question. I've always believed that when you do good things come to you. And one of the things that's an example of this is we were looking for a nonprofit partner who had expertise in cyberbullying. And we found CyberSmile. And after we started working with them, we discovered that they had patrons who have millions of teen followers on Twitter. And so when we launched this update, they're going to broadcast out on Twitter to all these millions of followers, basically telling them about our game. And it's a total win-win situation. Basically, they help bring more people to our game. We build awareness about cyberbullying. We grow our revenues, we donate more money to them, and together we help thousands of teens improve their lives.
Any other questions for those judges?
So one of the things we have to judge is commercial success. You've given us some benchmarks to suggest that you have some early traction, which is terrific. What are you thinking about in terms of a test 1 year from now, 6 months from now, 1 year from now? What is a test or milestone that you are working towards where if you hit it, you know you're on track. If you don't hit it, there's something wrong and you have to change something fundamental?
Right, that's a good question. So we've always looked at our game as you have to be popular and have commercial success first so that you can actually appeal to teens. And that's why we concentrated on making the game successful first, right? We have 3 million people who've played our games today. We hope to have a lot more. And for myself, the measure of success is that next year I can be here on stage at GamesBeat, but instead of being part of the Innovation Showdown, I'll be part of a talk talking about how we can use our games to do good and make money at the same time.
All right, thank you very much.
Great. Thank you.